we are thrilled and honored to be chosen for this award. And so thank you all very much. And we hope to keep continuing to do good work for the region. So thank you. So as a news organization, WFAE endeavors to try and find stories that are impacting residents and looking at what can help them with their lives, how they're going to be affected, whether it's from politics or economics or education or the environment. We also realize that, there's no black and white to every story. There are nuances and shades of gray. We want to make sure that we are trying to hear all of those voices so that people can understand what the issue is and how it will affect them so that they can make choices for their lives and then be better informed with what's going on in the community. We think that an informed community makes a better community. News has always been a part of WFAE's DNA. When we started as a university licensee over across the road at UNC Charlotte, we were primarily a classical and jazz, but there was still news. We then moved into a smooth jazz period up until the 90s, and then we started focusing on news talk. And one of the first things that we did as a news talk station is that we started the show Charlotte Talks with host Mike Collins. And that show has been around for almost 25 years, and he has become, I think, the show of record within the community. If you want to know about an issue or news that is happening in the Charlotte region, Mike is going to talk about it. Whether it's been politics or the environment, education, or even, the arts and culture, it has come about. And I think as technology has improved, we have become more multi-platform. So you can not only get us on the air, you can hear us online, through phone app, through your smart speaker. So all of these ways that we have tried to broaden our reach so that folks can get us where they need us. And that also means that we have expanded what we offer in terms of specialty news. So, for example, Bizworthy is a partnership that we have with the Charlotte Ledger, which is an electronic business newsletter. And so we have a segment once a week where our host, Marshall Terry, speaks with Tony Messia, who's the editor at the Charlotte Ledger. And they talk about some of the biggest news happenings in the business realm for that week. We also have started podcasts. We have Amplifier, which is our music podcast that focuses on Charlotte area musicians. We recently relaunched our Inside Politics podcast that is going to focus on the midterm elections coming up this fall, and not only with the state and federal races that are happening, but we'll also look at the local races that are going to be happening. And then also we have Tommy Tomlinson's Southbound podcast, who talks with Southern folks who the South has impacted their lives and their philosophy and what they do. And finally, one that is always good for newcomers is called FAQ City, which is a podcast for people to ask questions that they're curious about in and around the Charlotte region. And we have done numerous episodes on different things that many newcomers would like to know, like Providence crossing Providence and Queens crossing Queens, and who is Sharon. So we have all those answers on FAQ City. So hopefully we have a wide variety of news and information that many folks in the region can relate to, as well as want to hear more about. Back in June, we celebrated our 40th anniversary for being on the air. And I think knowing that we have been able to be that community resource for the region for 40 years, I think we may have wordsmithed our mission and vision a little bit over the years, but basically the concept and the philosophy is the same. We want to serve the community, we want to give them the news, and we want to be a community member that they can count on for reliable news, factual news, and information.